got beets harvested. Now we're going to make pickled beets, and we're going to freeze them. So the first thing you need to do is clean your beets. Now, remember, we cut the tops off. You need to leave at least a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of the top and all the root intact. That way they won't bleed as badly. So the first thing we're going to do is wash them off. To wash them off, take any dead parts off. I'm going to trim these back to about a 1/2 inch. That way I can get more into the pot. Take off any dead leaves. Get the dirt off of them. Now, any beet that's small, or than a baseball, you can leave whole. If it's bigger than a baseball, it needs to be cut in half. And check them. You don't want to use any that have any bites out of them or anything like that. So just get the good ones. And just clean the dirt off and clean the bad leaves off. Now the next step is to place your beets in to the steamer. You could freeze them at this point if you wish, but we're going to make pickled beets out of them. And once their pickled beets are made, we can freeze those if we have any left over. So to make the pickled beets, you put the beets in a container, put a lid on because you want them to stay warm. And while that's happening, you come over to your stove and start making your brine. Now, what I do is I use 3/4 of a cup of water, 1/8 of a cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, sea salt, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and 3/4 cup of white distilled vinegar. Put that in a bowl. Turn on your heat and cook this for 5 minutes. Don't leave it come to a complete boil. Just kind of stir around until your sugar melts, which should take about 5 minutes. Now that recipe was for 1 pound of beets. If you're using 2 pounds of beets, then you would use a cup and 1/4 of the water, a cup and 1/4 of the distilled white vinegar, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 cup of sugar, and a teaspoon of sea salt. And bring that to a boil. Bring that just on medium heat and for about 5 minutes to allow the sugar to dissolve, and then bring it up to a boil and then pour it onto your beets. Okay, my brine is at a full boil. Just pour it over the beets. Cover and put them in the fridge overnight so they can get pickled before you freeze them. Now, tomorrow you can either eat them as they are, or you can put them into the freezer. Best to put them into a not plastic. It's best to put them in a glass container because they will stain any plastic. They'll stain any plastic, and also you want them in a solid container, a rigid container, because the juice is going to take a little bit of time to freeze. So you don't want them swishing around and leaking out of the bags. So we'll put these in the freezer overnight, and that's all there is to freezing pickled beets. Okay, these are what the beets will look like the next morning, and we're going to test them. We're going to taste them and see what they taste like. Taste test. Ooh, nice, pretty color. Very, very good. All right. Put these in the fridge and have them for supper, and then freeze what's left. So, thanks for watching. Remember, dream big, follow that dream. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.